You know, we've all heard it a million times. Consistency is king. It's the key to success. But what if that's not the whole story? What if being too predictable is actually a trap? Well, today, we're going to flip that whole idea on its head. We're going to explore how a little calculated inconsistency might just be your greatest strategic weapon.
I mean, just let that sink in for a second. If everyone, your competitors, your colleagues, whoever, knows exactly what you're going to do next, well, you've basically just handed them your playbook. They can see your moves coming, they can plan their counters, and before you know it, you're playing their game, not yours.
And that, right there, leads us straight into something called the predictability trap. It's this idea that we need to start thinking about consistency not just as a strength, but as a very real potential liability.
Think about it like this. What's an algorithm? It's just a set of rules, right? A predictable pattern. If A happens, then B will follow. So if your decision-making, whether it's in a negotiation or just in your daily life, becomes that predictable, well, other people can crack your code. They learn that if they push this button, you'll always react that way. And once they've got your formula, they're in control.
So, the big question is, how do you escape the trap? The answer is pretty cool, actually. It lies in embracing something that sounds like the total opposite of strategy, and that's calculated chaos. It's this art of being intentionally, purposefully unreadable.
Okay, let's get a really sharp definition here, because the words matter. This is not about just being random or, messy for no reason. Look at the key words, strategic and intentional. It's a very conscious decision to be inconsistent, all with a single goal, to completely shatter expectations.
And this slide right here nails the difference perfectly. Random chaos, that's just noise. It's aimless, it's erratic, and honestly, it usually just backfires. But calculated chaos, that's a whole different ballgame. It's like a finely tuned instrument. Every single unexpected move is done for a reason. It's the difference between just flailing around in the dark and pulling off a brilliant feint in a chess match. It's all about purpose.
So, why does this work so well? What's the psychology behind it? Well, it's all about keeping people guessing. You force them into this state of constant analysis where they can never ever get comfortable and settle on a countermove because they have no idea what you're doing next.
I absolutely love this metaphor. A storm that just zigs and zags without any warning? It's impossible to prepare for. You have no idea where it's going to strike next, so you have to waste all your energy and resources trying to defend everywhere. When you move like that, you force everyone else to just react to you. They're always a step behind.
Now here's what's really fascinating. This strategy works on two fronts. Yeah, for sure, it keeps your opponents totally off balance and anxious, but check out that last point. It also keeps your allies sharp. When even your own team can't take you for granted, they have to stay alert, engaged, and ready to adapt right there with you. It's brilliant. Okay, let's bring this home for a second. I want you to really think about this. Where are you most predictable? Is it your morning routine? The way you handle projects at work? Maybe it's how you respond in an argument. Seriously, where have you built an algorithm for yourself that other people are reading like a book? All right, so we get the what and we get the why, but let's talk about the how. How do you actually put this into practice? How do you go from being predictable to, well, becoming the storm?
Now, there's no magic wand here, but this is a really solid way to start. First, you got to be self-aware enough to even see your own patterns. Second, figure out where those patterns are making you vulnerable. Then comes the fun part, number 3, introduce just one, intentional, unexpected action. Maybe you go silent when they expect you to yell, or you bring cold, hard data to an emotional debate. And then, step 4, you just watch. You just observe how that one tiny change completely shifts the entire dynamic in the room.
At the end of the day, this entire strategy really just boils down to one powerful idea: taking back control. It's about refusing to be some simple, solvable equation that everyone has figured out. You are literally breaking the algorithm that others are trying to use to control you, and you're forcing them to deal with you as a dynamic, unpredictable force.
So I'm going to leave you with this final thought to chew on. In your job, your life, your next big negotiation, what is the one move that absolutely no one would ever see coming from you? Because figuring that out, well, that's the first step to owning your own future.